This is what we'll be handling this week. Introduction to Microsoft Excel. What is Microsoft Excel? I posted a question, a poll earlier this week asking if Microsoft Excel is a word processing software or a data entry software or a spreadsheet. Some of us got the answer. I actually gave the answer and explanation. You can check back into the group. So I will be treating introduction to Microsoft Excel, the Excel menu, submenus, and the formula bar. I'll be handling cell reference, text formatting, how to use your clipboard, the fonts and alignment submenu. I'll be treating how to insert and delete rows and columns, how to increase row and column width and height, how to merge and center cells. Those are what we'll be handling. I know some might be experts here, so you might feel, oh, do I really need this? But the beginning of everything is actually important. Feel free to attend the class because you might be going with one or two extra information. So let's get started. What is Microsoft Excel? Now, a Microsoft Excel is a program used in recording, analyzing numerical data. It doesn't mean that they don't type text into Microsoft Excel, but you analyze mostly numerical data. And then Microsoft Excel, like I said, is a spreadsheet package. It has a collection of columns and rows that forms the table. The columns are labeled with alphabet, while the rows are labeled with numbers. You might want to find out how many rows and how many columns do we have in Microsoft Excel. I want to tell you that there are a lot of rows and columns. From Excel 2007 onward, that is 2010, 2016 onward, we have exactly 1,048,576 rows and 16,384 columns. But from Excel 2003 version, we have only 65,000 rows and 255 columns. You could see the difference. So if you are using Excel 2003, you will only have 65,000 rows and 255 columns. But from 2007 upward, if you are using Microsoft Office 2007 upward, you'll be having 1,048,000 rows, 576 columns. 1,048,576 rows. And then the column will be 16,384, meaning that if you go to Microsoft Excel, you can open Microsoft Excel in your work. What I'm trying to explain is that these are rows. All these places that are labeled A, B, C, D, E, F, each of them is a row. You can see that as I clicked on them, it's highlighted downward. So each of these is a column, a column. And all these ones that are labeled in numbers, they are rows. They are rows. So this is a column, A, B, C. Then this is a row. Now we are now saying that from 2007 upward, Microsoft Excel 2007 upward, we have 1,048,576 rows. Let's check. If that is it's the case truly. Let's check. Okay, you can see from here each cell. You can use this place to actually move to any location in Microsoft Excel you want to move to. So I want to go to A 1,048,576, and to actually see if it is the last row, I will see. I have typed the number and I pressed enter. Sorry, I didn't type it where I put comma in between. That's why it did not respond to me. You don't put comma when you're typing it. So 1048576. If you enter, you will see. You can see it. This is the last row. Aside it, if you scroll, there's no other row. Can you see? There's no other row. And the same thing with the columns. The last column is XFP. That's the last column, XFP. XFP 1. So let's move on. So the last column is XFD. Sorry, I said SFP. XFD. You can see this is the last column. There is no other column after it. You can see no other column. So we've been able to establish the number of rows and columns. In the comment section, answer me this question: how many rows do we have in Microsoft Excel 2017 upward? How many rows do we have? How many columns? Write row, the number of rows, then column, the number of columns. Can we please do that? Can you please do that? I want to be sure you are following. Can you please do that? Okay, let's move on. Thank you. So the next thing to do, let's see in our agenda, what do we have next? So we've been able to introduce Microsoft Excel. What are the Excel menus and the cell referencing? Now let's go through Excel environments. Okay. Now, all these we are seeing up from file, home, insert, page number, formula, data, review, view, developer. All these are Excel menu, except for this one's Tools and Tools Plus. It's actually an Excel add-on that I installed. So you might not see these Tools Plus. You might not see it on your own Excel. It's an add-on that I installed, that I use on Excel. Excel also have add-ons. So all these home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, developer, tools, all these are Excel menu. And under each of the menu, we have submenus. For example, under home menu, we have the fonts. You can see the font being used here is Calibri. We have bold, italicized, underline. We have the font size. Size is on size 11. We have something here, which I will show us later. I will just take us through the menus and the submenu, but we'll begin to use them one after the other as we move on. but surely we shall use some of them today. So next, presented before us is a data set of information of some people, the name, their gender, the email address, and phone number. Now, I want to find out, looking at this data set, we can see that some of these data sets are not showing fully. It's like the cell is too small. Before I move on, what is a cell? All these boxes, each of these boxes that I'm clicking, each of these boxes in Excel are called cell. Each of them is a cell. Now, how do you know cell? How do you reference a cell? You reference a cell by the column name and the row name. For example, this cell that I clicked on is on column what? F, and on row what? 5. So the name of this cell is F5. If I should click another cell, this one is on row column D, row 9. So the name of this cell is D9. And you can see it's showing here. It's showing at the name box. This place is called name box. And don't forget the usefulness. You can use it to navigate to anywhere without scrolling. For example, when I wanted to see the last column and the last row in Microsoft Excel, this is where I typed it. And this place is formula bar, where you type in your formula. You can also type in, I will also show you how it is being used. You may use it to type into the cell. You may not click inside the cell and start typing directly. You might type here. Okay, I will show you how they are being used. Now, back to our work. We have the name, the gender, the email address, and the phone number. It looks as if, for example, this phone number is not complete. But when you click on it, you will see at the formula bar the complete information written on it. The complete information written on the formula bar. You can see. So if you click on phone number, you can see it looks as if the phone number is extending to E. Yes, but it's not inside E. It only shows that that cell, the size is too small for the information I type. So how do you expand the size? How do you increase the size of the cell? So that is what we do. How do you do that? You click on the cell, or if it is the row, you click on the row, then you come to under Home menu. You click Home menu, then you come to Format. And then, what do we want to increase? The column width, isn't it? It is the width we want to increase. So we'll come here, column width. And then you increase it. You can type like 15, you'll see, and say, okay. Can you see it's bigger? That's one way. The second way, okay, I have to undo what I did. The second way is that you come to the cell that you want to expand. You see this arrow, this black arrow, this 4-dimensional arrow. Once it is on it, you click, then you double click. Once you double click, it fits the cell. It fits the content into the cell. It expands the cell such that it can accommodate the content. The longest content. Assuming I've typed more information here, okay, we will see it in column A. In column A, actually, the cell size is enough for the title. However, for those names there, it's like they are hidden. So how do I expand them? Don't forget, when your arrow is there, then you double click. Then we've been able to expand it. Good. We've achieved something. Second, okay. Next is how to insert new rows and new column. For example, I feel, oh, after I have done this, then I discover I'm supposed to add serial number at the beginning. Oh, why did I make this mistake? Will I now delete and start all over? No. What you do is to come to where you want this column to be. Like, I want the serial number to be at the beginning. So I click on this A because that's where I want the serial number to be. Then I right click and say insert. Or alternatively, as I click on that place I want it to be, I come here under home. You see, I'm beginning to show us how to use the home menu. Under home, we have insert by our right side. Then you will say insert. Insert what? Column. Can you see? It has inserted a new column and shifted what we did before. So the name is no longer on column A, it's now on column B. It has created space for us to add serial number. So S/10. Are we there? Are we making progress? I believe so. So the next thing we want to do is, okay, let's say I feel there's somebody who's supposed to be here, who I'm supposed to add here. Before Inyang Toto, I am supposed to add somebody. Who is that person? So I need a space there. I don't have to delete the information I put in Inyang Toto and Frederick Gang before I put the person. So it is the same way we created a new column that will just create a new row. Let's go. The process, you right click on where you want it to be. If you want it to be here, in space to be here, you click on it, you right click and then insert. And then you get a new row. Or you come this way and say insert and click rows. So with that, you have created a new row and a new column. I believe we are following. If you are following, just type following, following. I want to believe you are following. I want to believe you're following. Okay, I'll be referring back to this curriculum because I'm following it up strictly. It is well designed to profit us, so I'll be following them. We've been able to introduce Microsoft Excel, the menu, we've done cell referencing, and now it's text formatting. How do you align the rows that we created? If we don't need it again, how do you delete it? We've been able to increase row height and width. So the only thing we are left with in our today's class is text formatting. And so we'll go into the right way, the text formatting. Like I told you, I'll be following the timing as it is. I mean it, our class is just 40 minutes. So even if you're feeling tired, please endeavor to join because it's not going to take time and it's designed in a way to help us. So we'll be going into text formatting, after which we'll be rounding up. You will be given opportunity to send in your questions in the group and it will be responded to. And then I'll be sending this recording, the link to this recording also. So how do you delete these rows that we created? How do you delete? The same way you created it. You just right click on it and delete. Good. I still need the column, so I'm leaving the column. I just deleted the row. But assuming I want to delete this column, it's the same way. I click on it, right click, and click on delete. Or I come here under home, I come to delete, and I delete. Now, how do you format your text? Okay, this heading is supposed to be bold and bigger. So let's make it bold. Okay. Making it bold. It's bold now. Let's change the font style. The font style. From here, it's on Calibra. I want to change the font style to Algerian or Bascript semi-bold. Yeah. Okay. I want to increase the size to like 15. Are we seeing it? Say enter. Okay. I want them italicized. Can you see? Don't forget the size of the cell is becoming small for the content. So I can just double click and then the content will be all right. Can you see the formatting? You can actually change the color here. You can actually change the color from here. You can change the color. You can change it to blue. You can change to green. I'll be changing to blue. Okay. Okay. Now, we want this thing to have an heading. So I'll be inserting a row here. Insert. Okay. I want it to have an heading, name of classmates or biodata of classmates. I want to call it biodata information of classmates. Okay. Now, this same formatting, okay, this biodata information of classmates supposed to cut across this information here and stay at the center, isn't it? So what we will do is to highlight all the place where we want it to be, okay? And say merge and center. Can you see? Merge and center. Okay, I want it to have the same formatting that I have here. So what I will do is to copy the formatting here and paste it here. So how do I do? You click on the place where you want to copy the formatting and use this format painter. Under home, we have format painter. Format painter. Okay, then you go to where you want it to be. You click on it. Can you see it has copied the format for me? Can you see it has copied the format of the cell? Can you see this one too? I didn't have to change this one to size 15 blue again. No, I just copied because I've done it once and then I've copied it. So you can highlight and then you merge all the cells together so that it will be one, and then you centralize it. So merge and center. With this, we have been able to successfully format our text. We've been able to insert rows and columns. We've been able to delete rows and columns. And we've been able to have an overview of what Microsoft Excel is. So we've been able to achieve what we are expected to achieve in this first contact class. Introduction to Microsoft Excel, Excel menu and submenus and formula bar. I've showed us the formula bar. Let me remind us, this is the formula bar. Then this is name box. This, you use it to navigate. If you type A20, it will take you to A20. You don't need to scroll to where A20 is. We have used it to see the last cell and the last column in the Microsoft Excel. So with this, we've been able to achieve what is in our curriculum. Before we go, in the next 1 or 2 minutes, I want to entertain. If somebody has a question, let me hear if I can do 1 or 2 questions from here. Then you can now send in your questions on the WhatsApp group if I couldn't answer your question here. So the floor is open to every one of us. With this, I believe we've been able to achieve what we are set to achieve today. Thank you very much for attending. Thank you. So I'm waiting if you have any question. Let me see if your hands raised, if you have questions.